External Affairs Minister Jaishankar's big remark on US trade talks. He said, and I quote, India's red lines have to be respected. This is what External Affairs Minister Jaishankar has said on the trade deal with US. That's the remark that is coming in. Any trade deal between India and the US has to respect New Delhi's red lines, and efforts are underway to reach an understanding. This is the remark that External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar made on Sunday against the backdrop of a downturn in bilateral ties over Washington's policy on the tariffs. Remember, 50% tariffs have been imposed by the United States on India. 100% pharmaceutical tariffs has also been imposed, and amid the tensions, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has made this big remark on the trade talks with US that India's red lines have to be respected by Washington. Any trade deal between India and the US has to respect New Delhi's red lines, and efforts are underway to reach an understanding. This is what External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar said against the backdrop of a downturn in the bilateral ties over Washington's policy on tariffs. In fact, Jaishankar also acknowledged that there were issues between India and the US, and many of them were linked to the inability to firm up the proposed trade deal, even as he noted that there are things that one can negotiate and there are things that one can't. The External Affairs Minister also said that both sides have not arrived at a landing ground on trade discussions and that an understanding was necessary as the US is the world's largest market. But at the same time, he said that India's red lines should be respected. So the biggest takeaway is that, as Jaishankar said, that amid the trade talks with US, the red lines of New Delhi must be respected, though he also acknowledged that US is the world's largest market and that trade talks are necessary. There should be an understanding between the two nations. But at the same time, he also mentioned that India's red lines must be respected by Washington. And India Today Global's Pranay Upadhyay is now joining us with more details on this. Pranay, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has made this scathing remark that amid the tensions between US and India over trade talks, he has made it clear that though US is the largest market, but at the same time, New Delhi's red lines must be respected.